Hey, this is Landis here, coming back to you with some long-awaited OpenRA content.
Battle control.
What is OpenRA, you might ask? It's an open source game engine for running Command & Conquer games, so you may have some nostalgia for, like myself. Today we'll be looking at how you may get better at the game. So one of the good things about this little community is all the helpful people that are helping to increase the player numbers and their strength. So one of those is the OpenRA Academy. Has its own Discord server, which I will also link to below. And when you join it, you get access to the level 1 channel, which has a basic build order, which is still strong. It's called the double refinery build. And this is what I'll attempt to do here today. I'm playing against Germany, against Russia here. I'm playing against Dodo Bird, which is another OpenRA Academy player. I believe it's level 4 now. I played some competitive games before. I used to play in the Raggle Minions League, if you're familiar with that. Managed to win a couple of games, but mostly I would say I'm a lower tier of the competitive players. So it'll be interesting to see if I can actually go through the academy, and while I do it, I might share my knowledge and people can see what it's like and might be able to pick up something yourself. So what I will try to do here is just to follow the build, which I will link in the description as well. And my general game plan here is to create some rangers, like the ranger danger here, which I had happen to myself just a few moments ago. So I will attempt to disrupt his expansion. When he goes down with his MCV here and creates an expansion, I will attempt to just kill the MCV outright. So I'm going to bring 5 rangers with some rocket soldiers in them, and at the same time, to distract him, I'm going to try to attack his main base or his ore patch here as well. So we'll see how this works out. You can see in the production tab here, I've completed the first part of the build, which is the 2 refineries and then power plant, and then you want to start building your war factory. And yeah, my opponent is doing the same build here. We're playing on what's it called, Forgotten Plains, which is one of my favorite maps here. Has a couple of oils, so the build is actually quite good for this map, I say, because you have so much map control with the initial infantries, and then you can follow up with an attack like I'm gonna try to do here on the expansion, or you can just macro up as well, which is completely fine. So now we see if we're gonna start branching out soon. I think I'm staying on point here, roughly. So about 350 we should have, 5 harvesters there, and I think I'm gonna have to bring up the build as well, so I see it. As I post a picture, you'll be able to see some information laid out, roughly at what times you should have what numbers of the harvesters and your army count. So yeah, 5 ore tracks at the 350 mark, which, let's see, I have 4 now, so it looks like I might be able to hit it. Might be slightly late on that one. Let's have a look here. So now we have 5 harvesters and we are at 350. Yeah, so I managed to hit the first target. The second one is 6 ore trucks at 450. And there's not that much going on, so I should be able to make this without having my attention too distracted here. So now I'm starting with my ranger production here. The first one I'm just going to use to scout around the map a bit. I'm hoping to find lots of stray infantry here that I can take out. So I managed to get one here and see that he has the oil here. I should have probably been a little bit more active with my infantry first, since I am playing a double ref. It's one of the points is you have map control here, and my infantry is kind of just sitting here in my base. At least the first initial one, I could have been a little bit more active with, I think. But now we have 4 rangers already. So when I get the 5th one here, I'm gonna send this out. And around this time, the MCV is gonna start coming out, which it does. I think I'm a little bit late with my MCV as well here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just building it now. So it's naturally it's going to be a bit delayed because I'm doing this attack. So now, yeah, I think my rangers are a little bit too late out here. Yeah, I'm losing one. I'm not really getting much out of it, this, to be fair. So instead, I see that he has... Let's look at my perspective. I see that he already has quite a lot of infantry here. I'm going to try to pull around and attack here. And also, like I said, I wanted to attack the ore at the same time as attacking this, but I was a little bit late with my infantry. And I managed to kill a harvester, which is great, but I'm losing at least one ranger here. So down to 3. Now I'm just kind of placing my infantry here, which I think is generally a good idea to do. You don't want to run into the base. The goal here isn't to take out the player right out, but to deny as much mining as possible. So yeah, 2 harvesters dead here. That is great. I should probably call them back now. Might overstay my welcome a little bit, but already getting 2 harvesters is a great trade for me. I think even if I end up losing this entire army, it would have been worth it. Let's have a look at the assets after this. So I'm ahead by 1 harvester here. The assets are quite even. I'm ahead a little bit as well. So now I try to just keep the map control here. I think I am a little bit slow at the expansion here, but it's okay. So what I want to do now is to get another refinery out, and then I want to move my MCD up to the north and take this as well. I'm trying to play as aggressively as possible here, trying to divert my enemy's attention, which I'm doing a fairly good job at here. I'm not trading as effectively as I should, but at least taking out the refinery here and keep attacking. Now I keep attacking into a really reinforced slot here, so I should just pull back a bit earlier, but that's fine. And now we can see that blue has actually pulled ahead in assets a little bit here, and he's evened up in harvesters, so now we should have a relatively even game, I think. And from here on is where I usually start to struggle a bit, when there's just too much stuff going on and map awareness is not the best, but at least I have some vision here. And yeah, it's usually when I go after radar tech and continue with yaks and stuff, I just tend to like over micro on the small little things, like try to spend too much of my energy just micro in a few jacks and then completely forget to expand or something that's usually much more important. So let's see how I deal with this. I'm able to take a bit more map control here. I think I want to take this oil as well. There should be an engineer around here somewhere. And yeah, generally I'm keeping the map control quite good, and you can see my vision is okay here. I have him a little bit boxed in, and I should know where his attacks are coming from. There's some missing spots. He could have like get some tanks in behind, but I think it's fine generally. So a few more riflemen dotting around would have been good. So now I know he's quite well defended here, but I'm still trying to poke at the harvesters, trying to get his army split into 2 different directions here. So yeah, I didn't expect him to have this much here, so this army just ends up getting quite crushed. But at least I'm trading like somewhat okay. The tanks should be in front as well. The tanks are just not doing a great job here. Now I'm finally moving them and start target firing some tanks. At the same time though, I'm moving in here, so hopefully I can get some harvesters here. I'm a little bit slow at this attack. Let's look at my macro is starting to slip already. I'm floating 4k already. Let's see what I'm producing here. Yeah, I'm barely producing anything, so this is I think the main problem here. Even if I end up microing okay, I risk falling behind because I just stop producing while this is going on. I think I may be a little bit low on... No, I actually have a lot of cash now. since this expansion kicked in properly. The harvester count is okay. I'm up to 10 harvesters now, which might almost be overkill. No, it's probably a good number. I need to start expanding with this. So yeah, I'm keeping him in his base, which I'm quite happy about. I'm losing some of the vision here now that I talked about previously. So if you look at my vision again, it's not as good as it used to be. So I need to get better at this, just having a few infantry spread around. Because he could have easily had counter-attacked here. And here we go, now he's sending like all of his shits in the middle of the map here. And I think he actually has a good chance to come back into the game here. He's even ahead in assets, even though he's behind so many harvesters. He has quite a threatening army here, so he just needs to be a bit more active with his army now that he actually has the army lead. So I think he ends up going into attack the north base, yeah. So I'm a bit slow on defenses here. There should already been a couple of pillboxes, maybe some turrets, and start massing up units. I need to be better like spamming static defenses because I have so much money as well. And this trade, I don't know, I managed to at least escape with my MCV, but I'm not trading that good. Now it's better now that I have this line here. And now I think he even starts to overcommit a little bit. The turret here, not the best choice against the rocket soldiers. Let's see how my production is going. Yeah, I'm not producing that much. I should be making some buildings here at least. Usually quite good to just spam racks. Managed to escape with my MCV a bit. I have 3-4 racks. I should get the 5th one at least. And maybe start radar tech as well earlier. Even though I'm not really stabilized, there's not much else I can do with the cash here. So I think radar earlier would have been good. Trying to get an artillery out. And now I think he's overcommitting a little bit. He may end up getting the war factory here, which is a good snipe. But the army goes down. And yeah, he's idling here with his tanks a little bit. Could have been better, and he's struggling with cash now. But this was almost like an all-in attack since he's so low on harvesters. I think it would have been good for Blue here to just replenish a couple of harvesters while he was doing this attack. Maybe take another expansion somewhere, like take this one. Get some map control. He's Soviets as well, so having the Teslas to plop down maybe here, trying to restrict me a little bit would have been good. Or just having the MCV in the push itself. Reinforcing with Tesla cores makes it just much harder for me to deal with. But yeah, now I'm ahead because I managed to defend against the attack. I still have more harvesters. I think I'm a little bit behind in tech. Now he ends up getting the radar a little bit quicker. And he has one more war factory as well. There's actually 3 against 1 war factory here. Big deal. I'm just getting the second one now. Again. So yeah, he should definitely be more active with his army. I'm still trying to move around the map, even though I know my army is slower. Which I think is actually quite good. Trying to pick up some stray units, trying to have some kind of resemblance of map control. It works in my favor. Let's look at the economy again. The assets are, dead even right now. I still have a couple of more harvesters and of course the 2 extra oil derricks, which start kicking in now. Sure. Okay, now he's starting to move out with his tank line here. I guess he wants to try to do some harassment. Not quite sure what he wants to do here. I should be looking to take this expansion, I think. And let's see what I start doing with my radar tech here. No airfield, no helipad just yet. gonna get my second, another refinery out. And finally started making artilleries, which ends up being a big deal in this game. Let's see where we go from here. It's a bit of a standoff here in the middle while we tech up. Yeah, so now I bring my MCV here, which is good. I think I want to take this expansion and also look to secure my artilleries here. Perhaps with some AA guns and turrets. So it's going to be the big confrontation here. But I have my artillery. Artillery is not doing that much just yet. It's just fire on the tanks. Oh, I need to keep them back here. That was a mistake. I should have kept the artillery back here. But I should have one coming soon. And this is a great concave here for me. I'm attacking him from all sides, and the pillboxes are doing great work here as well. I can just keep spamming pillboxes. His tanks are mainly just shooting at my infantry at this point. So this is a great fight for me. See all the fiery tanks here. The debris. So yeah, this was a big turning point of the game, I think. He could have easily have spread out his army and attacked in a more vulnerable location, like even like a small army here would have done a huge damage, I think. So maybe that was his biggest mistake there, just attacking blindly into my most fortified position I had, which happened to be in the middle of the map. So yeah, it goes to show how much it helps doing some flanks and spreading out the army. From here on out, it should be quite easy for me. I'll bring in my artilleries here. I think I want to bring in my MCV as well to support the arties. He should start getting some anti-artillery. I'm not sure why he's not making yachts. I think he's just strapped for cash, because air is quite expensive, of course. But he needs some way of dealing with the artilleries here. They're just doing way too much damage on his infantry blob. The tanks alone they end up trading decently well. I could have put my artilleries a bit further back. But yeah, this is pretty much over now, I think. I'm ahead more than 20k in assets, and over 6 horses up. Yeah, flaks are a good option here, defending against my Blackhawks, and if he can try to run them behind, get some arties, that'd be good for him. But yeah, now he's just running into my concave here. That's not gonna work. And the MCV is going to seal the deal here, I think. I should have some defenses ready to put up. Yeah, I got the AA gun ready, if needed, but still there's no airfield here. Wish I could have scouted. I could have scouted more with sending in some units here at the top and maybe flying in with the Black Hawk to scout a bit. Would have been good. How am I spending my cash? Decently well now. 14 harvesters, so I managed to keep my cash around 1500, 2k. So that's not too bad. Yeah, this base is just getting cleaned up now, pretty much. It's not that exciting from here. But yeah, the main takeaway I'd say was the army movements I did were quite good. The first big confrontation with the Ranger Danger Snipe was not a good success there. Perhaps I should have just scouted more. But yeah, GG.
Battle control.
Hope to do more of this. See if I can move on to the next levels. And yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.